What's happening, my friends? It's RJ here, and a few days ago I woke up to a bunch of messages on my phone letting me know that Apple had just released a new iPad Pro. So I did my due diligence and I quickly checked the specs and whatnot, and I didn't come away too impressed, to say the least. I immediately went over to apple.ca, scrolled all the way down to the refurbished section, and I purchased this refurbished 12.9-inch iPad Pro. Now let's talk about why I chose to do that, and particularly my timing. But quickly, before we do begin, if this is your first time here on this channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you could leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel. I am going to be making a lot more iPad Pro content on my channel just because I finally have one now, so if you guys are into that, hit that subscribe button. Now, before I could pull the trigger on this 3rd generation iPad Pro, I had to find out a key detail, and that was to find out if the new Magic Keyboard is compatible with this iPad Pro. So once I found out it was compatible, I was good to go, and not to mention ecstatic. If it wasn't compatible, that would have made my decision that much tougher on pulling the trigger, but I'm glad Apple made it compatible with the older models, so we can essentially save some money and not have to purchase a brand new iPad. For a very long time now, I was obsessed with the iPad Pro. It's a powerhouse of a machine, and with iPad OS, it can serve a multitude of purposes. But it was just way too expensive, especially here in Canada. To get a 64GB 12.9-inch iPad Pro here in Canada, that would go for around $1,300. And to get a deal on an iPad Pro here is next to impossible. So I decided to wait till Apple released a new iPad Pro to get a great deal on an older refurbished one. And I'm pretty sure that's what plenty of people had in mind, because all the refurbished 3rd generation iPad Pro models are now sold out on Apple's website. I heavily recommend everyone buy refurbished models of any Apple products from Apple's website. You essentially get a brand new device. Apple replaces any parts if needed, the device is thoroughly cleaned and inspected, not to mention they come with a brand new battery and a new auto shell. If you are a box collector, then you will be disappointed with this plain box that we get. But inside the box we get all the accessories, cables, and even Apple stickers. All Apple refurbished products come with a 1-year warranty, and you have the option to add Apple Care. So why not buy refurbished unless you don't like saving money? Overall, it's a win-win situation. This is the 12.9-inch 64GB 3rd generation iPad Pro, and I got it for 900 Canadian dollars, which I think is an absolute steal. I chose to go with the 64GB variant mainly because it's cheaper, and I don't plan on using my iPad for editing videos or anything like that. Unless, of course, Apple decides to release Final Cut Pro for iPad OS, then I might be screwed. But for now, 64GB should be enough for my particular needs. I also did pick up the 2020 12.9-inch iPad Pro just for review purposes, so if you guys would like to see my comparison video on both the iPad Pro models, make sure you have that bell notification icon turned on so you don't miss that video. Let's go back to why I wasn't too impressed with the new 2020 iPad Pro. I think it's more of a professional level upgrade than it is an average consumer upgrade. And what I mean by that is there are now more professional features implemented into the 2020 iPad Pro than ever before. For example, the LiDAR sensor. These are used by companies that make autonomous model vehicles to detect the environment around them. I just don't see myself using this on the daily, and I don't think it's a worthy enough upgrade to pull the trigger. And take this in, according to early benchmark scores by laptopmag.com, the 2020 iPad Pro is only 1% faster than last year's model. Yes, you read that right, 1% faster, which shouldn't be too surprising because this iPad Pro is a beast, and there isn't many apps available right now in the App Store that are going to be able to push it to its limits. Apple said that its new A12Z Bionic chipset gives the iPad Pro the highest performance ever in an iPad. Technically, what Apple said is true, but I was expecting way more than a 1% increase. But we will run our own benchmark scores and do performance comparisons between both models, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, if you guys are in the market for an iPad Pro, right now would be the best time to pull the trigger on a 3rd gen, and preferably a refurbished one. Unless you want to wait till September for the rumored 5G variant of the iPad Pro. But yeah, that's what it for me, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Stay safe out there, and don't forget to flex with your tech.